Let me say something that might annoy you at first, but will set you free. Most people don't fail to manifest because they aren't spiritual enough. They fail because they're trying to create a new life while staying in an old state. They want new results, while their nervous system is still living like it's 1814 and everything is dangerous. So they do the vision board, they do the affirmations, they do the high vibe playlist, and then they check their reality every 12 minutes like it's an Amazon delivery. Is it there yet? Is it on its way? Is it here? When will it get here? And that checking is the signal. That's not confidence. That's panic disguised as productivity. So today, we're going to walk you through the exact strategies that actually move the needle without fluff, without weird promises, and without pretending stress doesn't exist. Not how to think better, how to become the version of you who naturally creates a better life. What's really creating your reality? Your current reality is mostly created by three things: your environment cues, what you see every day, your emotional patterns, what your body defaults to, and your identity, who you believe you are when no one's watching. And most people don't realize the real trap. Your environment isn't just where you live. It's the constant reminder of who you've been. Same room, same routine, same people, same triggers, same, I guess this is my life now. So even if you want more, your system keeps reinstalling the old program. If you take the next few minutes with me, you're going to understand why you keep going back to old patterns, why change feels hard even when you're motivated, and how to start living from the identity that makes your dream life inevitable. Not overnight magic, but real change that sticks even under pressure. Quick pause here. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, this is me. I know what to do, but I don't always do it enough, or I don't do it right, or I fall off the wagon. That's exactly what I help with inside Limitless You Neurocoaching. Because the issue usually isn't knowledge, it's the pattern your nervous system runs when life gets real. So if you want help shifting your internal state and identity so your actions become consistent and your results finally match your actual potential, book my free session from the link in the description. Right, let's get into the strategies. The first strategy: stop letting your environment decide your state. Most people wake up and immediately scan phone notifications, bank balances, who texted, what they need to fix, what they don't have, what they're behind on, and they don't realize scanning for lack becomes a lifestyle. You can call it being responsible, but your body experiences it as we're in trouble. And when your body is in trouble mode, you don't create a dream life. You create short-term relief. That's when people procrastinate, scroll, eat for comfort, pick fights, people please, impulse spending, avoid the thing they said mattered. Not because they're lazy, because they're trying to regulate their nervous system. I've seen this pattern so many times. Someone wants a new life, but they're living in a space that constantly screams, this is who we are. Maybe it's the bedroom where they had their worst season. Maybe it's family dynamics that keeps pulling them back into an old role. Maybe it's friends who only know their old version and they're trying to evolve while staying soaked in the old identity. All of that is like trying to stay dry while you're in the swimming pool. So one of the first shifts is not run away and move to Bali. It's stop letting your environment decide your internal state, because your state is what creates your behavior, and your behaviors creates your results. What this looks like in real life. Here's how it shows up. You sit down to work, but you check your bank app first. Now you're anxious. Work feels impossible. You want to start posting, but you open social media and compare first. And now you feel behind. You don't post. You want to eat better, but you look at your body with disgust first. Now you feel shame. Then you binge. You're not failing. You're starting from the worst state. So, strategy number one is simple: stop beginning your day by proving your old story. Strategy two: emotions don't predict the future, they remember the past. Here's a truth that changes everything. Your emotions are often not reactions to the present, they're memories dressed as instinct. That's why you can logically know I'm safe, I'm capable, I can handle this, and still feel panic, dread, shutdown, irritability. Your body is not arguing with your logic, it's following what it learned from the past. So when people say, I keep attracting the same relationship, I keep ending up broke, I keep self sabotaging right when it's going well, I usually think your system is trying to keep you in what's familiar, even if familiar is painful. I'll give you a quick example. Someone wants love, real love, healthy love, but their body learned early love equals uncertainty. Love equals walking on eggshells. Love equals proving your worth. So the moment a stable person shows up, someone consistent, their life gets bored or suspicious because chaos feels familiar. And they start scanning: where's the problem? What's wrong? Why aren't they pulling away? Am I about to get hurt? Then they either overthink and sabotage it, test the person, withdraw, start a fight from clarity, or run back to someone emotionally unavailable because it feels like home. That is not a mindset issue. That's a nervous system and identity issue. So, strategy number two is stop treating your emotional reaction as truth. It's data, it's information, and your job is to build a new default, not by forcing positivity, by changing what you repeatedly return to. Strategy three: stop identifying with the problem. Here's a harsh truth: your life will not change if you keep introducing yourself as the problem. I'm an anxious person. I'm a procrastinator. I'm bad with money. I'm just not confident. I'm shy. I'm always behind. I'm the one who can't stick to anything. That language sounds innocent, but it's identity glue. And the nervous system loves identity because identity feels stable, even if it's painful. So you may say you want change, but your identity is still loyal to being stuck. One of the most common money identities is I'm not good with money. And people say it like it's a personality type, like astrology, like I'm a Capricorn and also broke. But what's really happening is usually a money script, an internal belief that drives behavior. For some people, it's money disappears anyway, so why try? If I have more, people will expect more from me. If I succeed, I lose love. I don't deserve to have more. I'll never catch up. So they avoid, or they spend to feel relief, or they self sabotage right when things improve, or they stay almost successful. Not because they hate money, because the identity isn't safe with money. So, strategy number three is stop letting your old identity narrate your future. Strategy four: your body is not your enemy, it's your subconscious habit system. A lot of people think if it feels scary, it must be wrong. No. Often it feels scary because it's new. Your body is designed to prefer what it can predict. So when you go do something that would actually change your life, post the video, raise your price, end the relationship, apply for the opportunity, go all in, show up consistently, your body may respond like, Absolutely not. We will be humiliated and die. It's dramatic, but it's trying to protect you from the unknown. So the goal isn't to eliminate fear, the goal is to stop obeying fear like it's wisdom. Let's say you're about to do something visible, a presentation, a pitch, recording yourself on your camera, or going live. Your mind says, I'm prepared. Your body says, threat. And when your body says, threat, your brain starts creating stories to match the state. You're going to mess up. You're going to be judged. You're not ready. Don't post it. Wait until you're more confident. Wait until you have more information. That's not the truth. That's your system trying to keep you in the old identity. So, strategy number 4 is treat discomfort as a sign of growth, not a sign to stop. Strategy 5, stop feeding the addiction to old emotions. Now, this part is wild, but it's real in practice. People get emotionally addicted to certain states, not because they enjoy them, because their body recognizes them. Breakup obsession is a perfect example. Someone knows the relationship was wrong, but their mind keeps replaying it. Why? Because the body gets a familiar hit: hope, grief, anger, longing, fantasy, panic. It's chemistry. And until you understand that, you'll think, I'm just crazy. You're not crazy. You're conditioned. I've seen people who are brilliant, strong, capable, reduced to a shell after a breakup. Not because the person was their soulmate, because their nervous system learned this is where safety comes from. So they keep returning to the person in their head like a ritual, and they call it love. But often it's deregulation. So strategy number 5 is stop romanticizing the pattern. If it costs you your peace, it's not love, it's a loop. Strategy 6, create the feeling first, but don't turn it into fantasy. Here's where people get it completely twisted. Yes, your internal state matters. Yes, acting as if matters. But feeling state doesn't mean I pretend nothing hurts. It means I choose the internal posture of the person I'm becoming. The person who has the dream life moves differently. They don't beg the world for reassurance. They don't crumble when things are unclear. They don't interpret delays as doom. They don't spiral at every inconvenience. They don't negotiate their own worth. They have a stable inner signal. I can handle this. That's the feeling state, not delusion, capacity. Think of a time you knew something good was coming, like a planned trip. You don't usually obsess, will it actually happen? You're relaxed because it's decided. That calm doesn't come from proof in the moment, it comes from certainty. So, manifestation at its best is operating from certainty instead of panic. And certainty shows up as behavior, consistency, patience, action, boundaries. Strategy 7, drop the how control or you'll strangle the outcome. People say, I just want to know how. But what they really mean is, I want certainty before I actually move. That's fear. And fear makes you micromanage your life. You start trying to force outcomes, force relationships, force timing, force money, force opportunities. And you miss the actual door that's opening because it wasn't the door you pictured. So, strategy 7 is control your state, not the route. Strategy 8, the real rewire is repetition under pressure. Here's why people don't change. They try a new identity when they feel good, and then life hits. Stress, criticism, a bill, a trigger, a rejection. And they go, see, it doesn't work. No, That's the moment it starts working, because the new identity isn't proven on your best day, it's proven on your worst day. So the real shift is returning to the new state under pressure. That's what creates a new baseline. This is why someone can build a business plan and still not build a business, because the plan is mind, but the follow through is state. If your system associates visibility with danger, you will avoid visibility. If your system associates success with pressure, you will sabotage. If your system associates money with guilt, you'll leak it and you'll call it lack of discipline. No, it's mismatch. I want to leave you with a picture. Imagine two versions of you. Old you reacts fast, assumes the worst, scans for danger, overthinks, delays, quits when it gets uncomfortable, calls it, I'm just being realistic. New you pauses, stays guarded, assumes life is working for you, moves away, becomes consistent, stops collapsing at every bump, trusts the process without needing constant proof. Both versions will face problems, but only one version creates solutions. Your dream life is not created by perfect circumstances, it's created by a stable identity. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, but how do I become that? You don't become it by trying harder. You become it by returning again and again to the new state until it becomes normal. That's what transformation is. Not a moment, a baseline. If you're ready to stop cycling through motivation and burnout, insight and relapse, vision and sabotage, book a free session with me through the link in my description. You'll figure out what's running your patterns, whether it's overthinking, shame loops, perfectionism, money sabotage, or nervous system threat states. Book a free session with me, the link in the description, just like before. We'll figure out what's running your patterns, whether it's overthinking, shame loops, perfectionism, money self-sabotage, or a negative nervous system, and map out what it looks like to shift it into a new version who can actually hold the life you want. You're not stuck because you're broken. You're stuck because your nervous system has been trained, and trained systems can be retrained. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.